Welcome everyone, my name is Ryan. I've reached a peak rating of 1964 on chess.com, and today I'm going to be playing the Komodo 25 engine, also referred to as the Max engine, on chess.com. Now, what are the rules? I have unlimited time to think, and I will not use any assistance from another chess engine or human. Okay, as you can see here, maximum 3200. Choose challenge, no help of any kind. I am going to be playing with the white pieces though. So I will click play and I'm going to play the ready opening. I also have a timer here because I'm going to be making edits to the video. So that's just to keep track of how much time has passed. But for the first moves, I'm just going to play them kind of quickly. Just put my pawn on e2, develop my bishop, probably push. I'll push d4 now. Very strong move. And then but eventually I will have to I will have to take a moment to think, and I'll just edit out all the time thinking. And also the analysis board above my head, that's something that I can't see. That's something that I edit into the video later. So for this, I'll put my knight on d2. It looks like maybe they'll just okay, it decides to take. I think taking with the pawn is a good move. And then after this, I'm going to have to take a moment to think. Okay, after thinking for 52 seconds, I've remembered that this is a position that I've played before with the with this chess calculator, because I've played this calculator many times. So from my memory, just based off of my memory, the move that I liked to play was to go here. It was going to develop its knight. I was going to go here. It was going to take. It was going to take. I take back. Bishop goes here. Then I take the knight. Pawn takes, and then the best move is the castle queenside, and that's all. That's all I remember. And then after that, it's basically just me. So then, the best move here was taking with my queen, I think. And then the best move after that was just the castle. Queenside. But I forget how that's the best move because the bishop can attack my queen and the rook at the same time. So I know that that's the best move, but I actually forget why. So I'll have to think for a little bit. Okay, I just thought for 11 minutes, and I've played this position before with this chess calculator, and I know that the best move is the castle queenside. But before I castle queenside, I'm going to explain my thought process. So if I were to castle queenside, my rook is here, my queen is here. It can attack both of those pieces at the same time. I'm then thinking of moving my queen to g5. If it were to then take my rook, there's this nice pawn push threatening mate also attacking the queen. So it's not, I don't think it's going to do that. So I'll just go back to the start. So castling queenside, it attacks both my pieces. I go here. The move that I'm worried about is it pushing f6. And I'm not sure if it were to push f6, I'm pretty sure I might be able to counterattack, attacking its queen. If the queen were to take, move the rook that's under attack, attacking the queen. And I think that is the way to get out of it. So I'm going to play the move. I don't even know if it's going to play this. I think it will. Okay, so that's what it plays. And then it looked like the only move for me was to go here. That was my plan. Okay, and it decides to take. So maybe I've missed something then. Maybe this doesn't work. I thought I could just push this pawn. I'm gonna have to take a moment to think. Okay, I just thought for around 4 minutes, and it looks like I'm going to be down one point of material. So I was kind of looking at my options. There's this queen sacrifice, check, king takes, check, the king moves somewhere, and I take the queen, and then it would move its bishop. And so that looked kind of interesting. There's also just pushing the pawn right away, but then there's this move, sacrificing my queen. So push this pawn, they push, sacrifice my queen, king takes, and then taking the queen. And I came to the conclusion that instead of playing all of those, that I'm just going to play just simply down a pawn. But my pieces are in, I think, better positioning. I'm still definitely losing, but so the computer decides to now move its queen. So the very first move I think of is just pushing f4 because it just threatens. It just obviously my pieces get very these pawns kind of get pushed down the board. But I'll have to take a moment to think. Okay, I just thought for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So it looks like I'm losing because I'm down a pawn. I'm not really sure where I went wrong, but the move that I was thinking of was pushing f4, but it feels like the computer is just gonna move its queen and just go for a queen trade, and then my queen can't really go back. So and then I'm also kind of thinking of moving my knight to f3. I have to be careful because this diagonal, my king is open, but for now it can't move the bishop because the king is here. But this was the move that I was going to play, and I was kind of expecting maybe. Actually, I'm not really sure. I guess that okay. So moving the rook to the open file. This move also opens up my rook, so I think that's kind of kind of a benefit. But I was kind of thinking of moving my knight to h4. And what that does is that it stops the computer from moving its queen to g6. And also there's kind of threats of maybe going here, but the computer will obviously stop that. But yeah, it looks like I've kind of already lost the game because I'm simply down 1 point of material. Okay, I just thought for 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and the move that I was thinking of was just simply moving my king over because I don't really like how in the future the computer might be able to force a queen trade. For now, my rook is putting good pressure on this pawn here, but I think this is just a move that I have to play. And I was kind of worried about the computer like doubling their rooks, and but instead it plays it differently. It moves its queen. Oh, I guess that also does work, because if I take, they take, I can't take this pawn because the rook would take my knight. But then there's also this free pawn here. But if I were to take that, then he would have this check, or the computer would have check. So that's a huge problem. So it looks like I need to. It kind of looks like I need to go back, but then I have to watch out for this bishop move. It's not really looking that good. Okay, after thinking for like 20 seconds, obviously the computer's threatening this check, so it looks like I need to move my queen back. Maybe there's this bishop move attacking my queen. Okay, maybe not. The computer just decides to just push this pawn, but the game's basically over because I'm just simply down 1 point of material. I do have maybe this knight move putting pressure on the queen, trying to push f4. But I'm not even really sure where I went wrong because I played relatively good moves at the start. But I'll just continue playing, see how far I can go. Okay, after thinking for 3 minutes, I'm going to move my knight attacking their queen. I was kind of anticipating queen attacks my queen, but instead the computer goes to h5. That's kind of odd. I thought it was going to move its queen, attacking my queen, and then I was going to go over here and attack this weak pawn. But it plays it differently. So I'm able to push. The queen is putting pressure on my rook though, so I have to be careful because if I were to move my queen, then it could easily just take my rook. But I'm able to push f4, which defends this pawn because it's hanging right now. And I think I would say that that's probably my only move. I guess I could also try moving my rook. Maybe that's a good move as well because the queen's putting pressure. So I'll think for a couple more minutes. Okay, I just thought for around 40 seconds. I think I'm just gonna push f4. I kind of like this pawn structure. The computer decides to just move its rook up, so probably trying to double. It's kind of difficult for me to make progress in this position because it just seems like I'm losing. Maybe moving my rook to f1 and trying to push this pawn in the future, because if he takes, I could take with, if the computer takes, I could take with the knight. But I'll just have to see if I'll eventually lose. There's really nothing I can do. Okay, after thinking for around 4 minutes, I've decided that I'm gonna push f5, and then I was kind of expecting the computer to then attack my queen, and then I was thinking of just maybe moving my queen up 1 square, just defending this, still defending this. I have to be careful though, because if the computer doubles the rooks and their bishop is occupying this square, it's hard for me to defend the c pawn. But this is the move that I'm gonna play. Let's see what the computer plays. Okay, it just decides to play that. I guess yeah, that does look like a very strong move. I thought that maybe pushing f6 was good, but after the bishop attacks my queen, I don't know. I don't know about that. That looks kind of too risky. So yeah, this pawn is incredibly weak. It wouldn't really be ideal for me to allow the computer to take and then play this. I would end up losing. So I'm kind of I can't even push c3 because the bishop would just take this though. So yeah, maybe it's not really looking that good. Okay, so it's only been like 2 minutes. I've come to the conclusion that I should probably take, but the computer is probably just going to simply take back, and then there's nothing I can do. There's no way for me to stop the computer from taking this and then just simplifying into losing endgame for me. But I'll start off with this move. I was kind of planning that it was just going to take back, and that's what it does. And then there's simply nothing I can do because if I were to push c3, that just hangs a pawn, and then just allowing it to take is not good for me at all. But there's really I can't do anything. There's no way for me. Oh, and also rook to c1, that just runs into this, um, skewering my pieces, and I can't really push c4. So I'm not really sure where I went wrong at the start. I know my opening probably wasn't like 100% the best moves, but it still felt like I should have been able to maintain um, less than a pawn down out of the opening. But it looks like I made a mistake somewhere. Okay, it's only been like 2 minutes. So I'm basically just giving up. I'm gonna move my rook to e1 to defend this pawn. After the computer takes, I take, and then I take back with my king. And it looks like I'm just down. I'm just down 1 point of material. Um, so it just moves its queen up one square. Um, yeah, there's basically nothing I can't really even like maneuver my pieces that well. If I were to go here, then it doesn't have this check. Okay, so I'll go here. Trying to go here, but basically I'm just resigning at this point. There's just nothing I can do. Maybe I'll move my king over here. I don't know. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, it's attacking both pieces. Yeah, so I'll just resign and then I'll check the game review. I play with an 87.3% accuracy and the engine played with a 97.6% accuracy.